So High School Musical 2 takes place at the end of the first movie, well, at the end of the school year for the first movie, which always, even when I was a kid, I always kind of thought it was a weird idea to have a High School Musical sequel take place during summer holidays, because it's the whole idea, like, it's in the name, school, and they decide to make the sequel take place in the summer holidays. I don't know why it always bothered me, but it's just something where the whole idea of this franchise is having musicals within high schools, and then they take out the musical aspect because it's not a musical, it's a talent show, and they also take out the school element by making it during summer holidays. So it's just something that I always kind of bothered me. Even when I was younger, I thought it was a bit of a weird idea. So about 95% of this movie takes place at a resort, hotel, spa, I don't know exactly, some golf course as well, that Sharpay's parents own, which I thought as well, it's a fun idea to have something different. Like, Sharpay's family, I remember thinking they were weird when I was younger, but in this movie, rewatching it, they are so weird, especially the parents, especially during the golf sequence. It's such a weird whole, like, it's about a 5 minute scene, and it's extremely weird. And the family herself, like the parents, really weird. The mother and Ryan's relationship seems a very odd relationship for someone who's becoming an adult male with his mother. It seems like a very odd relationship. But Ryan's story arc in this movie, I thought was so much better than it was in the first movie. Because in the first movie, he was just kind of Sharpay's lapdog. But within this movie, he's coming out in his own character. He's making his own relationships with people. And I just kind of found him to be a much more likable character in this movie. Just maybe because he was more likable. Because he was more of a character in this movie rather than someone's kind of background as well. Sharpay is 10 times bitchier in this movie, and I loved it. She was so funny within this movie. Even though you feel like she kind of grew a lot in the first movie, she still had a lot more to do within this movie, so they kind of let her grow even more in this movie, and I just thought it was hilarious. Hearing when she finds out that Troy and Gabrielle are going to do a song together, she doesn't like that, so she gets the Kelsey, I think her name was, the woman who plays piano. She gets her to kind of remix the song in a way that Sharpay could sing it with Troy, and I just thought the whole sequence when him and Sharpay are singing together, and he has no idea what's going on. I just kind of thought that was hilarious. And because the entirety of the cast of the High School Musical, the movie, since they were all working within this resort, I always, even when I was a kid, I thought it was really weird how Gabriella just got a job as a lifeguard. She said something like she knows CPR or something like that, but then I was thinking, that's not what you need to be a lifeguard. You need lifeguard qualifications to be a lifeguard. So I don't know why they made her the lifeguard. It's always something that kind of bothered me. And then the cast at the very start of the movie, they're complaining about wanting jobs. And then when they get jobs, they're complaining that the jobs are too hard and they don't like the way the boss is and all that. But the boss in this movie, I said in my review for the first movie, I absolutely love the teacher and how wacky she is. I really enjoyed the boss in this movie, or the manager. I like how Sharpay has him under control. I like how he clearly hates his job and hates everything about it, but he feels like he has to do it. He reminded me a lot of Mr. Mosby from the Sweet Life of Zac and Cody, but he seemed more of a toned down version of him, and I just thought he was funny. Every time he has like conflict with either Troy or Chad or even Taylor, all the conflict he had, I just kind of thought it was hilarious. And every time he's kind of picking on Gabriella because he knew he had to, because he knew Sharpay didn't like Gabriella. I like the tension that he was kind of causing with everyone, even though it was so simple. I still really enjoyed his character. And one of my complaints with the first movie was I felt like no one really had any relationships with anyone. I felt like they were just kind of reading the script. But in this movie, it has improved massively. I actually feel like these people are friends. I actually feel like there's chemistry now between Troy and Gabrielle as well. Troy and Chad, they feel like they're actual friends in this movie rather than just two people who have been given a script told to be friends. I just thought the whole chemistry between them all was just a lot more fluid, and then Zac Efron is a lot better in this movie than he was in the first one, especially at lip syncing, because I'm pretty sure he actually sang his own songs this time, so it just kind of worked a little bit better for me. The fact that he was singing his own songs, not in that moment, but his lip syncing just became a lot more fluid because he actually did sing the songs beforehand. And the musical numbers in this movie, I actually think are a lot better than they are in the first movie. After seeing the first movie, I was listening to Breaking Free on my phone, but after seeing this movie, I'm kind of listening to the soundtrack on repeat because I think it's actually a lot better than people will probably give it credit for. Best song, I'm really stuck between Every Day, which I just think is a phenomenal song, or Bet On It. Bet On It, I think I'm just more fond of that just because when I was younger, that was my favourite song from this movie, so that's why I'm more nudging towards thinking that Bet On It is a better song. But Every Day is such a great song too. But they're not all great songs. I think Summertime or whatever, or Time, I think it's called, at the start of the movie, it's not a great song neither. The last song at the end of the movie when they're all singing together, I actually thought that was kind of crap, and the whole sequence as it played out, I kind of thought that was a bit crap as well. So best song, I'm gonna give it to bet on it just because of the nostalgia I have for it since when I was younger. So High School Musical 2, I actually had a lot more fun with this movie than I was expecting going into it, because when I was younger, I wasn't never really a massive fan of this movie, so left this movie really pleasantly surprised, and I'm actually really excited now to continue on my High School Musical 3. So now that I've seen High School Musical 2, High School Musical 3 will be my next High School Musical review. I think that might be Friday or Saturday looking at, because actually I haven't sat down to watch it yet. And then once I see 3, I will review it, and then I'll be doing a full ranking of all 3 of the High School Musical movies. So if you want to see that ranking of all 3 of them, make sure to click that subscribe button so you can come back next time I do a ranking or the review of the High School Musical movies. This movie though, it was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed the music. As I said, I enjoyed the character, the development, and they had a lot more chemistry in this movie, which kind of made this movie a lot more enjoyable for me. So now, well, as I said, let me know what your favorite part about this movie is, or even let me know what your favorite High School Musical 2 song is in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching.